ladies, I am here tonight on this show. I am here tonight on this show. And tonight on this show, I am going to do my NFL top 12 teams of week 13. Right, here we go. Number one, Baltimore. I think they continue to show. I believe they're 10-2. They're the best team in football right now. Lamar Jackson is playing really good. I was Tammy. They only scored 20 points this time out versus San Francisco. It was a combination of two things: the San Francisco defense and that it was raining. But I'm still a big fan of this team. I think they're the best team in football, 10-2. Give me Baltimore at number one. Number two, San Francisco. Look, same thing. It was a combination of the rain and the defense. But that defense showed me something going all the way up across the country from the West Coast to the East Coast on the rain when it was really 1 o'clock in Baltimore. That back in San Francisco, their body clock was only 10 o'clock. It would have been interesting what had happened instead of San Francisco traveling to Baltimore. Baltimore had to travel to San Francisco. I wonder how if the outcome would have been a little bit different. Give me San Francisco, number two. Number three, Saints. I'm still a little bit questionable about their defense. Drew Brees, obviously a top quarterback in this league, top 3, top 5. That's the thing. They gotta feed Alvin Kamara, Michael Thomas, and the defense gotta show up. But I still like them. I think they're the best. Nobody talked about them. Everybody's talking about Baltimore, San Francisco, New England. Nobody's really talking about Saints. It seems like they give me them. Saints number 3, number 4, Seattle. Look, I'm still don't know about this team. But look, I've been impressed as the schedule has gotten harder. They're still winning. They're 10-2. They're still winning. The schedule is getting harder. San Francisco, last night, Minnesota, and they're still winning. So look, I still don't know about their defense. I don't know about these weapons. Now they got it. The weapons did improve now with Josh Gordon. But still, Tyler Lockett, T.J. Mafka. It's still like, what the hell? It's Russell Wilson. It's amazing, man. That's why he's an MVP candidate along with Lamar Jackson. Number 5, New England. I keep saying that they have a top 5 defense. Tom Brady. The problem is they just don't have a deep threat. Who's their deep threat? Julian Edelman? Mohamed Sanu? Philip Dorsett? They don't have a deep threat. They can't stretch the field out. Houston stretched the field out with Will Fuller and DeAndre Hopkins. Kansas City stretches the field out with Sammy Watkins and Tyreek Hill. Baltimore even stretches the field out with Hollywood Brown. Who do they stretch the field out with? Nobody. They don't have a deep threat. Number 6, Houston. It's pretty similar to the situation in Seattle. Now, the difference is here. Russell Wilson is playing with a bunch of you got some good players there. Giovanni Clowney. Chris Carson, good. Richard Penny. Josh Gordon. Tyler Lockett. But it's really a bunch of role players. Russell Wilson, but he's got the Hall of Fame coach in Pete Carroll. It's a very similar situation up in Houston. You got a top 5 quarterback, a top 10 quarterback in Deshaun Watson. You got a Hall of Famer wide receiver in DeAndre Hopkins. You got a pretty good wide receiver in Will Fuller. Pretty good Carlos Hyde, Duke Johnson. An average defense and an average coach. It's kind of the same situation. Russell Wilson's got an average team around him. He's got a Hall of Fame coach. Deshaun Watson's got a Hall of Fame wide receiver with him, but he's got an average coach. It's a very similar situation. I still don't know about their defense is still average. Obviously, Bill O'Brien situationally, I don't know if I can trust Bill O'Brien at some certain times. But look, it's a very similar situation to what Seattle's got over there. Houston, Green Bay, number 7, Aaron Rodgers, Devontae Adams, Aaron Jones. I like them all, even Jimmy Graham. My problem is, how tough is this team? How tough? It seems every time they get punched in the mouth, they get knocked out. The 5-7 Eagles punched them in the mouth and ran the football down the middle with Jordan Howard. They had no answer. The Chargers, who are also not a very good football team, punched them in the mouth with Melvin Gordon. They had no answer. San Francisco punched them in the mouth. They had no answer. 2 weeks to prepare for the game, and they lose 37-8. How tough is this team? How tough is the Green Bay Packers? How tough are they? They're talented, but are they tough? You can be the best boxer in the world, but if you can't take a punch, you're fucked. That's what the Packers are. They're a very talented fighter, but can they take a punch or two without getting knocked out? Number 8, Kansas City. There's two teams that I think are coming in a zone here as we head to the last about month of the season. Kansas City's one of these teams. I was impressed with their defense. I think they only held the Raiders to 3 points. So if that defense can come around, obviously Patrick Mahomes getting healthier with the leg injury. Tyreek Hill, who's also been nicked up a little bit this year. If they can finally get healthy, that defense can at least be a little bit better. Top 15 defense. This is a team that can do something. I was very impressed with what they did to the Raiders. They beat the hell out of the Raiders. Even the defense played good. And now the 2-3 games that Patrick Mahomes missed and Matt Moore came in, that defense played very good. If they can play that type of defense, they play with Matt Moore, with Patrick Mahomes, we got something here. We got something cooking here. Number 9, Buffalo. Look, they got a defense. They got a top 5 defense. Devin Singletary, even Frank Gore can run the football. I like Josh Allen is better than I thought. I saw him on Thanksgiving run for 43 yards. He's a tough kid. How that play? He goes for on 4th and 1. Quarterback sneaks it, fumbles it, picks it up, and almost forces himself through that fucking Cowboys defensive line. This is a tough kid right here, Josh Allen. He's tougher than a $3 meatloaf. Or how the fuck you say that? He's a tough kid. He doesn't turn the football over. They're old school football. They're old school football. Run the football, play defense. But Josh Allen can make a play or two, as we saw on Thanksgiving. And they play New England pretty damn well. If Josh Allen does not get hurt, they possibly beat New England. They will play New England again in a few weeks, actually. Number 10, Minnesota. I think this team is very talented. Adam Thielen did not play last night. Dalvin Cook did not finish the game. Yes, Kirk Cousins had his struggles, but he only threw 1 interception. He drove them on the field plenty of times. You know, it's not his fault that the damn kicker can't make the extra point. It's not his fault that the damn kicker returned to fumble the damn football with about 21 seconds left. Kirk Cousins played a very good game last night. He had 1 interception and a few mistakes, but I think Kirk Cousins is playing good football this year. You know, I think he is. I think it's a talented team, but same thing as Buffalo. They got to run the football with Dalvin Cook and Alexander Madison, and they got to play defense. Last night, I thought it was a little bit too much throwing. I know they were down 34-17. They lost Dalvin Cook. I understand, but this team's bread and jelly is same thing as Buffalo. Run the football, play defense. Number 11, the other team, along with the Kansas City Chiefs, the Los Angeles Rams, who I think could be coming into a zone here the last month. Another team that beat the shit out of Arizona. Kyler Murray was playing with on one leg. He had a flat tire. He had a hamstring, but I was impressed with what I seen with the Rams. I think Sean McVay maybe had enough of this shit about saying that maybe he's not about shit, and then the genius card has expired on Sean McVay. Everybody's been talking about how smart Sean McVay is, and this year they're saying that maybe the genius card expired, and maybe he's not as smart as we thought. Maybe he's like, you know what? Let me prove you wrong. This is another team to watch out along with the Chiefs. The defense is not bad. The offense is not even bad. They can still run the football. They can still pass. The problem is the offensive line. They got to give Jared Goff enough time in the pocket to throw. If they can protect and keep Jared Goff up straight, they have a chance. They got the best defensive lineman in Aaron Donald. They got the best defensive back in Jalen Ramsey. And they got possibly still a top 7, top 10 running back in Todd Gurley. They just got to get the offensive line to protect Jared Goff and give enough time to throw the football. And this is a team that can do some stuff here. Make a run here. Possibly. We'll see. Last, Tennessee. Tennessee, man, all they do is win. Ever since they set down Marcus Mariota and Ryan Tannehill came in, all they do is win. They're better than... I'm sorry. But they're better than they show this week. They're better than Indianapolis. They went up on the road to Indianapolis and beat them. I'm sorry. This is probably the second best team in the AFC South after Houston. Like, this team is crazy. It seems like Ryan Tannehill has completely revisionized his career playing in Tennessee with Derrick Henry. It is unbelievable what I'm seeing from Tennessee. Like, this is crazy, man. This is crazy. I still don't know. I mean, they could possibly win the division here. We'll see what happens. But I thought the whole year it was Indianapolis, Houston. I'm starting to say Tennessee's a better team than Indianapolis. They really are. Indianapolis has lost their last 2 games to Houston and Tennessee. So tell me what that tells me is no. The second best team in that division is Tennessee after Houston. Maybe they're better than Houston. Let's see how they play them. But yeah, that's a good football team they got over there. Now that they inserted Ryan Tannehill into the starting lineup. But let's see. That's are my top 12 teams. Let me know in the comment section what you think. Until next time, I'm out like a light.